Hello, Light and Love crew. I mean, those practitioners who work in Light and Love, welcome back. All those others, you gotta leave. Your face, you know, your karma was due, silly sillies. I gotta tell you something. People have been working really hard. These patty people have been working hard to dive into my world and fuck with me. I mean, it's like same shit, different day, isn't it? Huh? Yeah. Nothing new's coming to them. Just further pronounced. Bada, as we would say back in the day when people can't outmode you. Hence, they are moded and corroded. Anyway, let me see here. What am I getting at? Angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my light and love crew. Therefore, that includes inevitably my familiar, who work in light and love, of course. Anyway, yeah, so I've been getting psychic attacks all throughout last night and all throughout this morning. I got forewarned about it, that people are like constantly chanting in intervals, like hymns, like it's silly because, I'm learning how to, work with that energy. Because when you're a beginner, as far as, working within solidifying your spirituality in many facets, you learn, how do I say, you pick up an energy, don't you? And, so like the initial, receptivity to it is more pronounced than usual. Or more pronounced, and so you feel it harder on the first few times, but like these are just like pitter patter. So I feel these things like, and so I'm supposed to not just return to sender, but like do something else with it. So I'm just telling you, my light and love crew. And this, like, the person that keeps coming up to mind, that's trying to, like, infiltrate and whatever, is this girl at work. She's not a woman. She's a little girl inside who's, like, frolicking around sometimes, scurrying around most of the time. And you can tell that in her ambiance. She's the only one at work that's just like, ah! She comes off as a hard worker, but what she is really a people pleaser, a one-upper, someone trying to fill up their cup through their lack of confidence just by like trying to like do the most. And I've been there many years ago. It's not like she's trying hard to like be her best self. She's trying to prove something to someone, You know how I know? Because within the first week that I was there, she was trying to siphon my energy, trying to read my energy. And I lowered my guard to a point where she was able to tap into like a means of efficiency that she has never done before. Like, she's been there for years. And all of a sudden she started picking up on something that I realized I could be doing, like just being more efficient. Like in one of the evenings I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that. And then I started doing that. The next day I came in, and then she's like, "Oh, I was doing that last night for this portion of the area." And then I was like, "Oh, you do that too?" And as I was saying that, I realized, oh, she was tapping into my energy, trying to siphon ideas. And that's what, that's what happened in the last job. This is what, happens within the spiritual realm, within even like the YouTube or whatever, like digitized community. And I'm like, that's why I have to be such a bitch. And it's not even really a bitch. It's just like a bitch to them. My guard is such a bitch. Oh, so sad. Let me just, so sad. You're such a copycat. You're so lazy. You don't even believe in yourself. So sad. You have to steal from others. So sad. Goodness gracious. You're just running up the tabs. Anyway, that's what's happening. And then so like I started doing that or whatever. I was like, whatever. Like I just kept doing it. I was like, I know everyone there knows that I started that. Like within just like it wasn't even the tail end of the week. It was like my third day. And people notice what you're doing, especially if you're banging, especially if you're nice. And especially if you're new. And I wasn't trying to I was just like, I can't just stand here and, Like I've been in worlds where it's like super fast paced. You got to make the most out of your time, and like anything that can make you as like level headed and chill as possible, and also make the team that way, then right on. And and so I just kept doing it, and then like she knew she couldn't take credit for the thing because like everybody knew it was bullshit. And then I started giving them to that certain area that she said she did it at. I knew it was bullshit. Like I so knew it was bullshit because she wasn't consistent in doing it, even during her downtime. And so I was like, I have an overabundance over here, and I know it's like super fast paced over there. I'll go ahead and give them some of the inventory that I've been working on, okay? And without asking, I'll just give it to them, see what works. And then she took over that spot, and she was like making time, like super fast. So so I was like, I rolled my eyes. I was like, people will try to like take the most out of like, it's ridiculous. She would not give me credit. Like she wasn't giving me credit for it. She was just like, I automatically thought, oh, the people at work can read my mind. So they know like how much bullshit she is, how much she's trying to take for herself. And be like the originating point. Like, I did this. I am the best. La 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 la. I'm just sharing these things with you because, like, I am well aware. As you should do if it's in your environment. The thing is that, what do you want me to say about this, angels? I'm just setting the table here so you can understand all the ingredients. So then the next day, I'm just telling you, like, the incremental magic, okay? Is that I did it with other people. I was like, fuck it, I'll just wait till she leaves, and then and she moves around to another place, and I'll give it to somebody else who's a little bit more guarded. And like there's no hard feelings, like people come in with their own stuff, like they have their own story or whatever, but they still have to do the same job. So let's see, let's test it out. So I gave a bunch of my inventory to this person. And that, guess what, my dearies? That person warmed up. Team playing. Like, I made that lady's life much easier in that day. And I didn't have to be like, can I be your friend? I didn't have to do that bullshit. No. It was just like, it's just a common exercise of like community efforts, you know. It takes a village to deliver a certain quality of service. And like, when you throw personal bullshit in the way, like, it does get in the way. And like, if you're smart about what you're doing, like, are you going to argue with that? No. Like, you say thank you, not by like, hey, can I be your friend? Like, let's talk about everything, like how I'm feeling for the day, or how cute that is, or whatever. And then, yeah, so I got to see, oh, look, somebody's responding properly. She's not trying to be my friend. It's just common etiquette of respect. Like, oh, that worked. That's cool. You know? So, and then the next day, this girl said, like, once I put up more of my guard, she announced, like, she's loud, okay? And she makes a scene of everything in front of everybody, like, oh, I have to say, that is a wonderful job. You know what you did over there? I took it to this area. Like, I officially took it to that, and it worked wonders. And I was like, no shit, bitch. No, I didn't say, okay. I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah. She tried to take credit for that. It's like, no. It was never yours. You were siphoning my energy, trying to siphon my ideas. Come on. That was... The timing of it is fucking unreal. Come on. I still do what I do. But I remember, Tina, you're so badass. And people just want to take. It's silly. It's silly. And so I'm just putting it out there, you know, because I know I have a sneaking suspicion that others at work know what I do, even though I haven't publicized. I have a sneaking suspicion. I just gotta say how silly that is. And it's not to say like, hey, I'm just like putting it out there so that they are more aware of, you know, their surroundings. They don't need to know that I originated it. Like, they already just know. Like, I don't have to do much. But I'm saying, like, you know what? This shit isn't all right. Me speaking it out is part of establishing boundaries. It doesn't take much to observe, my dearies. Oh, and then when I wore my regular clothes after, I was waiting around for something. She said, oh my gosh, that is so cute. What is that? Like, that is so cute. I wish I could wear one of those. What is that? And I was like, I don't know. It's like a cami, like a sports bra, like cami. I don't know. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's so cute. And then I left, okay. The next day, which was yesterday, she said, I was changing clothes in the dressing room, and she made like comments like, oh, I just wish I could get rid of these. Oh, not all of them, but you know, like, and I was like, oh, I don't have that problem. And she's like, must be nice, and grass is greener on the other side, blah, blah, blah. But I know that was like a thing about like trying to make me insecure about not having like being buxom, because she saw that I was rather fit for my I guess, physique or whatever from the day prior. And she's like, I wish I could wear, like, I wish I could wear, like, tight clothes or whatever. Like, or I hate wearing tight clothes. She said that to me yesterday. Like, dressing up or whatever. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm forcing myself to like it, you know, just, like, trying to get there. And she's like, oh, me too. And I was like, oh, but, and that's when she, like, made that comment. She's like, oh, but the other day I got in like, no, she said not the other day. She said, oh, but one time I got in trouble for showing my belly button. I was like, for real? And I was like, and she said, yeah. And, you know, that shirt, it's the camis that I usually wear here. And it does show, like, a little bit of, like, maybe an inch or two or something like that. I don't know, wherever. But, like, I hold my stuff, like, in front of me, whatever. Or, like, I put a shawl over me or something like that. So she was trying to intimidate me with that. It's silly. It's silly. I was like, oh, well, you just hold your stuff in front of you and then it's that. And she couldn't say shit after that. But, you know, those things were... And then I back to that part of making things more efficient. I forgot to tell you. I decided to one-up it. I was like, oh, okay. You know, well, there's other things that I could do over here. I see some spaces open here. They don't build things like, you know, carelessly around here. So I know that, especially during, like, a very busy time, that, you know, those are meant for what they're meant for. And so, like, I started stocking the area with things that, like, will make things go faster. And immediately that first day, she's like, oh, who put these things here? Or, like, who put these things here? And I was like, I did. And then she said, oh, I don't know if they want these things here. Because, you know, I think things have to, like, you know, remain a certain standard or whatever. And I was like, nobody said anything. And they make things, like, faster. There's a manager right there. You know, like, I didn't say that. I said that in my head. I was like, go ahead and ask. I'll watch you. I will watch you. Everybody will watch you. Then, and then, like, she accidentally kicked one of them, or, like, accidentally kicked one of them, and she was like, oh, and then she threw it in the trash, and I was like, oh, poor you and your, like, little, like, restless feet. I know it follows the guidelines. I've taken the tests that show that that's within the guidelines of, like, within the standards. But then, like, her, like, little colleague peer, whatever, was doing what I was doing, like, accentuating it, but putting it in, like, bullshit places. And I was like, But I was like, do what you gotta do, whatever. That's your work, not mine. The next day, which was yesterday, it was, like, all cohesive to yesterday. Yesterday is when she said, oh, you know what? We're not supposed to do, Tina, we're not supposed to do all of that. You know why? Because, like, this stuff is, like, it's like another girl started doing that, and then it just looked like yucky or whatever. So we're not supposed to do that anymore. And I was like, she messed with that idea because, number one, she couldn't take credit for it, and number two, she tampered with it, so that it would be, like, rejected. You know what? If I went to the managers and I said, hey, this and this happened, and isn't this the purpose of this? And isn't it not proven that it does make our lives easier? Not just mine, everyone's. And it meets the standards. And if we just build, like, restrictions not to, like, tower stuff over, you know, which is not something that I implemented, you know, does that not make sense? Especially if it's, you know, meets the standards and meets helps us exceed expectations. So, like, is there a problem with that? Because so-and-so said so. And I could see the, the little thing over there, yeah. I can tell you, I would get easy buy-in. Let me tell you that. And if not, you know what? I dumb everything down. Nobody gets to siphon shit from me. I look for the next opportunity, or I just plain quit. That's it. I'm not that needy. I'm not needy at all. I'll figure things out. But in the meantime, we rack up tabs. So, it's bullshit energy. And then this other girl, holy, like big titty mama. Seriously. Yeah. People like are so like crazy. Like they say, you attract that which you are, or like, similar. And like I can say, like, yeah, I was a try-hard, back in the day. But like what I do when I invest myself at this point, especially like in a good recent past, is I'm meaning to challenge myself. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. Of course, of course I'd like to get higher pay. But like, if they don't see my worth, if they're not going to back me up, if they're just going to continue to take, that's like, those are old stories. I gotta leave. I'm worth so much more. And they all know it. They all know it. It's like, Tina, why are you even here? I know you applied for food stamps and all, but like, you don't need to be here. The way you're being treated by this bullshit. Get that bitch out of my face. Seriously. She will know. She'll know today where I stand. Clear as day. All right, angels of light and love. Now that I've gotten that off my chest and vocalizing this, there's no more whatchamacallits, psychic attacks. This whole time, no psychic attacks. I knew it would cure it. People don't like to hear what's going on in their own world. The sun in reverse. The sun will come out tomorrow. And tomorrow is today. When we're speaking of, the storyline. See? Do you see the sun? It's so freaking beautiful. And it's down with the psych energy. Like, hey, I'm bringing, light. The eyes are just like, ooh, I don't like that. So what do we have that fell on the bottom edge of the Witch's Tarot deck? 9 of Cups pronounced. Baseline. This is independent happiness. Even within dimness, even within darkness, just as it is in sunshine. And nobody can steal my sunshine. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I know that this girl was implanted to take energy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? 7 of Swords. This is deceit. She thinks she's all that. She thinks that just because she can, has special gifts and she was trained in special ops or whatever, that she could easily nestle in and become my friend and no. I can read you. I can see you for what you are. You're definitely not confident in what you do. You're trying to make up for something, some kind of lacking you feel. And you think you're making bonds while doing it. I don't know, man. Like, what is that? 9 of Wands in reverse. I don't know if this is like needing to build boundaries. I think this girl needs to build like firm boundaries when it comes to her own bullshit energy. And the people that she's trying to please, she needs to build boundaries, you know, like, from them. That's the reason why I have to read for that. Okay. The other thing is that I can lower my guard because I can see these things from a mile away. This is like child's play. I don't know what else to say about that. This also says that I also have the backing of the underworld, the underground. Like, undercover, people like stand by me. So I'm covered. You know, like when you go beneath the surface, like underwater, like, what do you call it? In the moat, right? There's like there's no cage, or there's no, like, how do I say it? There can be a gate above ground, but what about below the ground? Like, no, this is my gate below the ground. So I don't really need to worry about that stuff. Like, I'm teaching people just through my experience without even having to say all of this. I'm just reiterating it, like, hey, confirmation, people. Because, like, they see it for themselves once they see all of this enacted. You know, there's only so much that goes on in the day. Even in a busy atmosphere, there's only so many things that, like, variabilities that happen in the day. So when you put me into the picture and you see, like, these kind of interactions that are just like, whoa, people know, you know? Okay, that wanted to come up. It's the Knight of Wands. It's having confidence. Like, that's a confidence card. I don't really know what to say about this, except it's like, I'm abundant. I'm gonna keep riding. I'm gonna keep going. You know. We have the shadow side, the Devil card in reverse, and then the Lovers. Oh, these two came out in perfect mode. So just knowing these things, it's like, I don't need to, like, bitch out anybody directly. I don't even need to speak of this again. This is more so like just a learning resource, like, hey, what happened for the day type of thing. And there's so much more. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that these psychic attacks are linked to the, like, memories of her, like, bullshitting things, I know that they're directly related. And the fact that, like, I have to use this as content and, like, to vocalize in order to, like, use it as a multi-purpose teaching tool, but also, like, get her to fuck off from, like, trying to not just siphon my energy, but give me psychic attacks. Like, that's it. Like, it's done. She doesn't want to hear any more of it. And if she does, we'll best be doing, like, a Carl Jung type of, like, assessment here. That she didn't think I could do that. Drop that. Because I'm into myself. I'm feeling myself. I know myself, and I know what I bring to the table, and I know how the table has been set before I set in, like, before I set foot in. I know. And that's how I create union with like minds, like hearts, like souls. Okay, Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. So, yeah, it is a responsibility. It's a heavy responsibility, right? But, like, that's part of my destiny. Like, it's to deal with bullshit that, like, most people there don't have to deal with her bullshit. You know what? It's like, you know you're doing, like, a phenomenal job when, like, your part of your orientation is the bullshit energy. That's what I got from my last job. I felt like I was being interviewed 4 times by underlings. Like, I thought, like, it was supposed to be like a meet and greet, like type of icebreaker when I spoke to like a couple other people after getting hired. And it was more like an interview session. It was like so disgusting how, like, I know that they've had a taste of somebody's D in order to maintain their job. Seriously. You know who you are. Because, like, why would you even, like, get to that point? Actually, it was 3 people. 3 girls. Yeah. Anyway, bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. There you go. Competition. Anybody? Open. 4 of Wands. Look at the teacher. Like, oh, look, tap, tap, tap. Look at that. Dude, I don't even know how this stuff works. Angels, go ahead. Oh, look. Right behind the 4 of Swords was that. And right behind the bottom, that deck, the 5 of Wands, is the 8 of Swords. The ability to get out of this vibe. It is. It's true. I just read the cards. You think I want to show, like, you think I want, how do I say it? You know, like, this is, you know, this is, like, this is petty, but it's also, like, aggravating. Like, why are you, like, serious? Like, I don't know. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man. It's kind of tilted upwards, but kind of in pronounced view. It's definitely being, like, objective, like, standing apart from it. Spirit's, like, telling me, like, angels are telling me, like, just distance yourself from it, Tina. You know, look at it. I mean, you're in clear view. Just distance yourself from that energy. Like, somebody tried to siphon my energy by putting her hand on my back, saying, hey, you did a good job. And then as they were doing something, like calculating something, logging something or whatever, they kept their hand on my back. And what I told her was to get your fucking hand off my back. In my head. She startled and she, like, it was there for a few seconds. And that's all I had to do. That's it. She heard it right away, and that's how I know. That's why you gotta be firm. It's no joke. Watch when people come into your energy. Watch for them to, like, almost, like, obligating an invite to conversation, to getting into your space. You know, I could easily do that. I could easily, you know, siphon and tamper. I could do those things. But, like, I don't want to. I don't need to do those things. I don't care to do those things. Like, you know, the funny thing is that I don't think that they are getting paid very much more than I am, if anything. You know, they are, like, I think that, like, it's like fighting over scraps. I'm not even trying to fight. I'm just trying to live my fucking life. Like, the fact that they're applying themselves in this manner is such a pity. Oh, the Empress, injustice. There you are. I'm just trying to do my own thing. It's like, so they're saying stand apart. Like, you're not just, like, standing apart from it. Like, keep that stuff at a distance, you know, even energetically. Because you can see it for yourself. Like, both divine feminines are seated. and righteous in their resting points. One has bitch face, one has not, one doesn't. It's like, which cop are you looking for, hun? I have Archangel Michael here protecting. Yeah. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Oh, I feel tingles. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'm tasting cleaner in my mouth. There's, there's cleaner. Oh, so it's Big Titty Mama coming through. The one that is like, oh, so jealous. You're so cute. The hand on the back. No, I see you. You are not going to steal any of my essence. Just because you're an old lady doesn't mean that you have to succumb to that energy. And it definitely doesn't mean, it doesn't give you any kind of right to siphon that from anybody. Any kind of essence or youth. Do you understand what that does to you? That, spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, that's aging you even further. So that when the energy turns around, oh my goodness, you feel old now. You think that you look old now. You're gonna feel it in several levels. That's what happens. I've seen it to family. You're gonna see it in your health. I'm telling you. I'm telling you by what I've seen, what I've observed. And that's what I'm being told. They would interrupt. I was the king of cups. Holy smokes. This is spirit in my hand. Most loving form. Bump, 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 bump. That's spirit. Spirit stands by me. Yeah, I don't even know what to tell you. When you're racking up the tab, people think oh, I'll pay for it this way. No, it hits them on such a customized, personal level. And that also affects professional. It affects your many facets. But it reaches you to a point where you're like, oh, that's what they meant. Spirit will show you for sure through me as a channel. Thank you, Spirit. She tried to attach cords to me, right to my back, while trying to compliment me and ensure, and especially watch yourself, my baby witches. Seriously, the people that have yet to practice or whatever, watch when people try to invite and try to be super friendly to you. You're trying to lower your guard, and even when you play nice with them, you're actively not all the time, because there's certain ways that you can do it, but it's somewhat of an invite. You have just as much effort as you attempt to being fake to appease them. You have to at the same level, if not double time, emphasize through intent that you are not allowed within my vicinity. You are not permitted to read me. You are not permitted to go any further than the delivery of of your greeting. That's it. All that I'm hearing is face value bullshit. Okay? And because I'm a human being, and because I'm here, I'm going to respond according to what you expect. But it goes no further. That's all you gotta do. You could do a little bit more than that, but I'm just giving you the baseline. Okay? So if you've seen yourself at what feels like a dead-end job, or there's no movement is what I'm saying, and doing the same things over and over, just know your energy is being siphoned. Because you know your potential. You know like how hard you've worked. You know your investments. So, yeah, that's your test to like move on out to the next phase. Ten of Swords, yeah. Let's talk about the dead ends, yeah. You tried this many times, you tried, like, anytime, like, you try to get up, you're stabbed by those in the dark. This is kind of like all an illusion, though. Because you can get back up. Your spirit can get back up. You can resurrect from this. You can always resurrect from the Ten of Swords. I know from experience. Several rounds of that. You know? Okay, what else do you want to say, angels? Eight of Cups. Yeah, you got to get out of there. Clear the noise by stepping away from that, like leaving that behind, finding yourself again. Because definitely I found that like in the next role. Like you're always going to be rewarded by the next opportunity, knowing that this is what is right now. Like you're just like at a stopping point because that's as far as you can go. Like you've seen all of the signs. Yeah. I mean, what do I want to say about that? High Priestess in reverse. It's tapping into your intuition. It's the need for it. Like, to ignore it is just to further, like, stab yourself in the back again. Like, or, like, the allowance of it. And that's how that happened, honestly. This is a High Priestess that has reached, like, that is kind of, like, buried. Yeah. Within you. It's being tapped into the divine, like, all the signs that you're... Oh, yeah, look, okay. So what opened to, like, this disharmony was the Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. It's the truth. Like, the truth is victorious. What's happening there. So I know I'm speaking to like this is like the workforce. That's what that is. Bottom of the deck, the Fool card in reversal. It's like your journey is about to start. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. I don't know what else to say about that, but these are all steps to the next, phases. So, I think there's a need to build boundaries, like establish boundaries. Like people got to know what's up when it comes to like your awareness. Because like if they know that you can read them so easily, people want to hide. They're hiding from their own selves. Why do you think they feel like they gotta prove things to other people? Ace of Pentacles, all axis pass. Spirit saying, like, I can read anybody. Anyone. I can go anywhere. I can do anything. And that's true, actually. Knowing that this is comprehensive, all access pass, like, I can do many things. I don't even know why I am where I am. It served a purpose at some point, but at this point, I think I've already had my fill of the venue. I think that's part of the test. I mean, to see the Fool card in reversal again after getting it double time, you know, I don't know, a day or two ago, that says a lot, because it's like, it's go, go, go time. But at the same time, you know, part of this energy is like also mine, and it's at the same time, like, there's this resistant energy. The more I invest myself in this avenue, it's delaying the journey. Right? I mean, Spirit, okay, I'm going to take out the all access pass just for me, my dearie. I'll put it right over here. See, you hear that? It's revving up the engine. You're like, that's insane. Just when I was taking out the Ace of Pentacles, just for me. What do you want to say, Spirit? Is there anything else? Knight of Swords in reverse. So it's being focused, okay? Not moving in haste, because haste is waste. So no, like, what do you call it? No, what do you, yeah. What else? 809. What else? Here. 3 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. No, like, you still definitely need to stand apart. And, like, some sacrifices is, like, you don't need to, like, associate with these people, honestly. Like, you don't need to celebrate with them. You don't need to be, like, you know, happy, joy with them. Even if your job requires you to be, like, super happy. You know, you don't have to, like, do all of this. Like, sometimes you pretend like, you know, life is a skit, right? Or, like, this portion of your life is a skit, and it's meant to teach you something. Okay, there's a certain value in it. Like, at least, you know, the value that I can get from it is that it's not faking it. It's more like the practice of being happy even during, like, see, like, there's a little fly over here. There's that energy again. Bullshit. The practice of, you know, just perking up, being happy, you know, like, despite what's going on around you. And when you do that, like, we are creating an impression for, like, the underground and the underworld. You know, they celebrate us. They might not say it so much, but they do. Like, the bitchiest ones, the ones that had, like, the highest guard up. Like, I wouldn't call them bitch, like, especially on my first day. I was just like, somebody has stank face towards me. I don't know why, you know, but, like, they easily warmed up once they, like, saw that I had this energy in me. You know, once they saw more to me, that I wasn't just, like, another one of those, like, hey, how are you doing? No. Gosh, that gives me a fucking headache all the time. You know, like, to do that. So, you know, that's, people celebrate me. Bottom of the deck, yeah. Because, like, that bitch face that I got going on for me. Like, it's not just like, I'm an empress and I hold the seat of justice. No. I've got bitch face going on, too. See, we understand each other. See, she's like, come. You know, I'm at the edge right here. It's like Inception. You know, I dare you. You know, It's like, I don't know if I would call it a dare. It's more like, I know what I'm worth. I know what I know. And I see bullshit when I can call it when I see it. So if you want to come at me, just know that you're coming at me with your truth as is. Even the truth that you don't even see. And you know what? You're going to be blindsided when I tell you what's up. Because not only am I telling you, but I'm telling the whole world. Not just your own locality, your own breeding and stomping grounds. But I'm telling everybody, you're publicly outed. And they'll have to understand. Yeah, this is still Archangel Michael in the mix here. Top of the deck is Five of Pentacles in reverse. No fear of lack mindset. You know. One more cut on the deck and then... Oh, the Magician. Come on. Come on, that's good. Yeah, even amidst learning, still a Magician. Alrighty, now it's bananagram time. Bananagram time. Bananagram time. Oopsie. Excuse me. What? Oh, A. Felt like that pronounced. You know, like they're pointing that way. Just move forward. Look to the future, my dearies. Okay. Oh, I see quit here. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Okay, so I have QTUGEPYUFTIEIMDGR. Refute, refuge. Quiet refuge. Fate. Dame. Gate. Fidget. Somebody's fidgeting with energy. Somebody's fidgeting with anxiety. Pig. Somebody gives cops a bad name, like police officers. They're part of what, like, the essence of it. Because I know that there's a lot of corruption. Yeah, my stomach. Oh, man. There's right, like rite of passage. Gut. You have to go with your gut feeling. Dug. As far as like digging. Oh, there's also dig. Can you dig it? Yes, we can. Oh, we have dig it. For real. Peg. They're saying that I pegged it on the board. Like, I seriously, yeah. People really do dig it. They might not use that term. Maybe they do. But let's look at names. Tim. Let me see. Oh, my stomach. What is going on? Holy moly. I also see grit. Oh. Yeah, my old job. Grit. The grit factor. What else do we see? Names. Let's see here. Gita? Huh. Okay. Gary. We've been seeing Gary a lot. I don't even know a Gary. Okay, let me see here. Fatima? No, there's no two A's. Okay, so we have Padme. We have Reggie, but with only one G. Ray. Remy. That's Gambit. Red. Somebody has still affiliations with Red. Okay. There's other names in here, but I feel like Refuge is good because, like, that's a safe place, a safe, quiet place. And especially since we got the Eight of Cups and, like, since we had to put this bullshit energy, like, we don't even need to put it on lock. The way we're putting it on lock is voicing it and, like, just moving away from it. Like, we know that we deserve better, you know? It's a quiet refuge. And, like, it's just knowing when to, like, step away. And sometimes it's like stepping away for good. Like, no, maybe this isn't for me, you know? Okay, because the more you prolong your stay in one place, the less resources you have in order to, like, place yourself someplace else, you know? Oh, Tay. Tay. I understood the assignment. That's right. Okay. What else do we want to put here? Oh, I also see Poom. Somebody that was ex-girlfriend of my ex-friend. Yeah. Ooh. Quiet Doug. Okay, so Doug. So, let's about going beneath the surface. So, yeah. Tim is still here. Oh, I feel it again. Yeah. Tim, I think, is part of this. Yeah, definitely, because it stopped just now. Tim is part of this. I also have timid. You know, I think we're going to put tame here. Sometimes, like, you accentuate your environment when you, like, call out stuff like this. Other times, when you're, like, speaking in truth for, like, the greatest good, you're also taming it. Because, like, that's something people would least expect and that they're actually trying to avoid. Yeah, I see pity. Oopsie. Like, they pity themselves when they hear these things. Right? Is pity with 2 T's or 1 T? It might be with 2 T's, so let's just take that out. Okay. But even with that, it's R.I.P. Like, this is almost like the demise, the ego death of someone. Yeah. And tame, we have thank you. There's 2 places we can put the Y, which leads to thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and show you. Give me a second. You see that? 1 place there and 1 place here. So, I think that's all that I have to say for now. So, now that this reading is officially over, I thank my supporters and my sponsors for all of your assistance in light and love. All of the donations that are coming in, I appreciate it. And donations, I mean, that help me become financially independent and stable. I appreciate that. Thank you for helping with my manifestations. And of course, appreciating my work through that. Thank goodness. Okay. What do we want to say also? Oh. Upon closing all portals, I send all energies back. I thank you in advance for respecting my space, my energy, my time, and my work. Yes. Otherwise, you shall see. You shall feel, you shall know what those consequences are. Yes. So upon closing all portals, I send all energies back. All energies back to their own space, their own energy, their own. That's it. I send them all back with their own karma due. I send them all back, and I close all portals and light and love now.